Welcome to another video, guys. Today I'm gonna give you a Rush Warrior guide and gameplay. Rush Warrior really took the meta by storm, and right now it's probably the best deck out there. And the main reason for that is that it's incredibly good against all those paladins, rogues, mages, and hunters. In the guide, I will give you an overview of the deck, its win rates, a mulligan guide, and if it's worth crafting. Spoiler alert, yes. Hope you enjoy the video, and if you do, you know what to do. Now, let's get into the video. This is the current list I'm running, but there are plenty of lists out there as well, and they're all probably working great. But right now, I enjoy this one the most. There are plenty of lists with ETC in there, and it does make sense on paper, but usually by the time it's time to play ETC, you probably didn't keep that many rush minions left over anyway. So for now, at least for me, it feels like a bait. In this list, we're obviously running 2 athletic studies, because it's always nice discounting your rush minions by 1 or even by 2 because they do stack, and that way you can do some crazy good greedy plays by playing 2 of these, and in a single turn you can actually drop a parade leader with a good rush minion, or even playmaker with some good rush minions. So that is gonna be a great way for you to cheat out some crazy good plays nice and early. We have 2 imprisoned Ganargs, which also are definitely worth including in the deck, because usually you don't really have much to do on turn 1 anyway, aside from probably athletic studies. Having a weapon early is definitely gonna help you protect your board, because let's face it, you're a board-centric deck. Shield of Honor is another way for you to protect your minions and also stack a lot of damage, especially if you manage to slap it on a Crab Rider, for instance. Stage Dive can be pretty good, and getting those extra stats on your cheap early game minions can really make a difference. If this thing lands on Crab Rider, for instance, or on your Rakara, it's just huge. Bumper Card is another great minion that holds this deck together. The fact that you're getting 2 more 1-drops with Rush is really huge, because you get to buff those, and suddenly those 1 mana 1/1 Rush minions become something ridiculous, like a 4/4, or you can even copy them with Playmaker. Also, copying Bumper Card with Playmaker is also pretty good, because after that you get 4 minions out of that. Conditioning is pretty good, and even if you play it on rank 1, it can be pretty huge. But we obviously prefer it when it goes up to rank 2, when it gives +2/+2. So in some matchups, it would be wise to hold on to this and hold back playing your minions as much, so you can actually get a good buff out of it. Crab Rider is a very good minion right now, and at some point I do believe that this guy is gonna get his health down to 3, because at 1/4 with Rush and Wind Fury, well, that's just freaking legendary status now, isn't it? So definitely don't act surprised when this guy gets nerfed down to 1/3, because Paladins abuse it, Warriors abuse it, and basically anyone who can abuses it. Parade Leader is great because it does give you +2 attack on all of your Rush minions, and that is mainly what you got. And again, suddenly those 1 mana 1/1 bumper cars become 1 mana free ones. And that way you can basically trade everything your opponent can throw at you. Playmaker is really huge, because you can cheat out all sorts of good rush minions like that, with good Death Rattle, or even Rakara, which is gonna make your minions get +2/+2 when something survives, so that's really awesome. And for anyone wondering, yes, Rakara is definitely worth the craft. We do have 1 Warmaul challenger in this list, and he can be pretty good against token-y decks, because sticking a 1/9 early against those guys is gonna give you infinite value in the long run, and you can even slap a Shield of Honor to it to make it extra juicy. We have Samuro as well, and the reason for that is again those pesky token decks. He can be pretty huge against paladins, against token druids, against rogues, and so on and so forth. Basically anybody who plays minions early. We have the 2 Sword Eaters, which are obviously busted and remain busted for quite a while now, and with those 2, the weapons in this deck become 4, which is a reason to actually think about maybe running Cutting Class in this deck, and who knows, maybe even Dr. Crossenough, but I don't know, it's probably a bait. It's also nice that these guys are pirates, because that way you can draw them with Ringmaster Watley, which also draws you your 2 dragons with Ten Thrasher and Alexstrasza, and we also have an extra pirate here with the Stonemaul Anchorman. And also your bumper cards are your mechs. So if you're lucky, most of the time Ringmaster will draw you 3 cards. We also have Overlord, Room Tech, which is basically another conditioning but on a stick, and with Rush, so it fits perfectly in the deck. The Stonemaul Anchorman is another way of you to get some card draw, and like I said, he's a pirate, so you're not gonna be flopping with Watley like that. The 10th Thrasher usually drops down to at least 4 mana, so he should always be worth it, and also covers the dragon spot for Watley again. We have 2 Troublemakers, which really is a huge minion, and if you reach the turn where you can drop these 2 can single-handedly win you the games by then. And of course we have Alexstrasza for that huge late game finisher, which can also be pretty versatile, and don't forget you can actually target minions with it and your own face. So yeah, this is the deck as a whole, now let's see the win rates. From what we can see here, the only bad matchups would be Clown Druids, which are awfully rare nowadays. And also Primordial Druid, which honestly I don't even know what it means. I guess it's a fancy way of saying Clown Druid again. Demon Hunters are gonna be easy targets, Face Hunters, and Leerox OTK Hunters. No minion mages can't stand you. Same goes for Paladins, Rogues, Shamans, and most other warriors too. Priest will obviously not be a great matchup for you, but it all comes down to you being able to play around your good removals. By good removals, I obviously mean Hysteria and also Shadow Word Death. In some games, you will have to actively not buff your minions above 4 attack, just so you're safe around the Shadow Word Death. And you should also always try to do the math for good Hysterias for the Priest. So if you follow those two rules, usually you should be not that bad against them. Control Warlock and Delete Warlock are also pretty problematic, but again, mainly you should be playing around the Hysteria, and you will see that they're not that unbeatable. For the Mulligan guide, here's a slightly different deck with a lot more stats. The only difference here is one less Wormhole Challenger and one more Stonemaul Anchorman. When you're going first, Imprisoned Ganark is always gonna be a great keep for you, Stage Dive is gonna be pretty good, Athletic Studies also makes a lot of sense, but don't overkeep all of the 1-drops. Bumper Cars is always gonna be nice, Wormhole Challenger makes sense against faster greedy decks, but if you're against a slower deck, Watley becomes a lot more keepable. Rokara is not a bad minion to keep, but you have to figure out if you will be on the board by the time you get to play her. You can't really just chuck her out on turn 3 and expect her to live, because she is very high priority. But if you already have, let's say, a Crab Rider, you can definitely chuck out Rokara after that, and the Crab Rider will suddenly become a free 6 next turn. Sword Eater is not a bad keep, but you kinda have to be curving into it. And in a lot of cases, Parade Leader makes sense, especially against Paladins. But all in all, everything at the bottom is probably not gonna be a great keep for you. When on the coin, the situation is pretty much the same. You still want your good 1-drops, Crab Rider still makes sense, and again, same concerns go for Rokara. You have to really figure out if your opponent has a good way of removing her early, and if the answer is yes, you're probably better off top decking her later. Parade Leader becomes a lot more keepable because you can actually coin out something alongside with it for a good removal and stick him afterwards. Bumper Card's still pretty good, Stage Dive same, and you still have to ask yourself if Wormhole Challenger is gonna be worth it against your particular opponent. Ringmaster Watley becomes a lot more keepable, and actually Overlord also becomes keepable, but you kinda wanna be curving into it. All in all, the deck is definitely worth the craft, even though I do believe that it might get toned down a little in the near future. There are plenty of different versions of this deck, including the one I talked about with ETC. Some people like running Scorpids, even though nowadays everybody runs Scorpids for no particular reason. Some people even include Bloodhoof Kirin for an extra sticky minion, but it doesn't make too much sense for me. So yeah, that's it for the deck, hope you enjoyed the guide, but now let's check out some of the games against the Mage, Paladin and Hunter. Also feel free to drop by the stream tonight, where I will be coaching people to Legend with this deck. Yesterday, we managed to reach Legend from rank 3 to Legend with 0 losses, and it was an absolute breeze with this deck, so I'm pretty sure that we're gonna have similar results tonight as well. Hope to see you there. Thank God. Dizzy Dwarf. Oh man. Let's go. Yeah, it's hella fun. It's hella fun, guaranteed. Then again, same shit as for Mage. Mage identity, random shit. I really like how we got Alexstrasza back in our hand. This is like, I think this is 2 games in a row where I dump Alexstrasza and I top deck Alexstrasza. It's a one-off cards, dudes. It's not supposed to happen. I've had statistics classics. That's not how statistics works. Fuck it. Fuck it. If he devolves it, so be it. I mean, sure, Availi, but it's still a problem, innit? Innit, govna? After you play a secret, well, you're not running secrets, are ya? If he has to ping that, so be it. Next turn I get to play Sword Eater, possibly. Turn 5 conditioning is gonna go nice. Dica Lunacy, go. Tis a mage. What's a mage right now? Yeah. Same for priest too. Random bullshit. Go! Do it! There's the devolving Schützels. Would have been too good if it got 3 times, huh? Too fucking good. Well, joke's on you, I'm gonna play a secret. Haha! Huzzah! Adventurer! Huzzah! Let's go. Oh man. Fucked up my secret, man. Huzzah! Oh. Oh. Cross snuff is such a bait. This guy though. Gonna hold on to weapon. Drawing 4 cards. Discounted by 3, that's a lot. Still can't play 10 drop spells though. Okay. Okay. Flame Strike's a card. This is the only Flame Strike option for him right now. He ain't playing it if he has it, obviously, but still. If he goes for Nagrand Slam, could be a pretty sucky outcome for him, but still clears. Not clears, but whatever. Don't feel comfortable on standard anymore. That must suck. We all got those days though. Go sink your ship. 1 mana deal 6. Hey, he actually drew a card for me, thanks. The little 2-1 that could. Okay, now we get to buff our shit. Alrighty then.
You are not prepared.
Dinox, how's it going, Dinox? Thank you for the follow. Follower number 323 for the month. Much appreciated, my dude. We are close to hitting our monthly goal. I'm pretty sure we will. But every follow helps. Thank you very much. You guys can also check out my YouTube channel if you still haven't. And I do detailed meta reports, top 5s, every couple of weeks. If you want to have a good idea of what you should be expecting from the meta and also what you can be playing too. Mulligan guides, win rates, all of that good stuff. So yeah, might as well drop subscribe because I ain't planning on stopping dropping them meta reports. The meta reporticles. So Muro's gonna be important when he plays some tokeny shit.
You are not prepared.
Okay, so you're gonna put a combustion on it now?
I'm blind.
He shouldn't have combustion. Okay, he thinks that, whatever. Can I shit on VS in my chat? I mean, why wouldn't I be able to, P? Like, is there a rule not to? Watley is pretty important, dude. Thank you for the follow, Golda. Much appreciated. Nah, fuck it. You don't have another removal. Do I even use the playmaker here? What could I do? Can't go with the limb dick on him. Not now. I could have used the Shield of Honor there, but he can still just ping and then Grand Slam if he wants to. He can still ping and do whatever the fuck he wants in terms of AoE, so I'm not passionate about that. Okay, draws a bunch, then drops spells not in his possibility. I don't think it does. Maybe it does. Fuck, he does remove now. God damn it. So sucky, but it is what it is. Yeah, it says survive damage. I mean, technically it does survive damage, but your health has to move for it to count as surviving damage. I mean, against poison, it doesn't survive it. It dies. That's not how surviving works. Ooflele. Well, that's all he could do there. Problem is, I still don't have any lethal in sight. Troublemaker is lethal one-off. Should be good enough though. That was a very desperate removal he had to use last turn, so as long as he doesn't top deck it, he's top fucked. Got you, homie. Yeah. Imagine. How do you heal, Mage? Don't answer that. I mean, he has a lot of ways to heal with all the random bullshit he drew. Like, everything from number 4 till 11 is a possible heal for him. Yeah, there's one possible heal. Didn't get some random bullshit though, so we're happy.
I'm blind.
Still Pepsi, man. Can still use a 4-drop spell here. Don't. Got him. Thank you. If it dies, it dies. Let's go, Ramalios. Good afternoon to you too. Okay, another pally. Enough dilly-dally, it's time to fuck a pally. I mean, technically, if this shit survives, this guy becomes a lot better. Yeah, 1, 2, possibly 3. Let's see. Good afternoon to you too, Rem. Why doesn't the command deck work? What the fuck?
Don't keep your thoughts to yourself.
There it goes. That was weird. Hey, look at that. We got the card we just dumped. There it is. Got a sword shitter, so we got that going for us. Oh, for fuck's sake, that's literally the best card you could have gotten there. Didn't have a buff or a weapon last turn, so I mean, he could be the fishing rod again. Could be a fishing rod pally kind of guy. Let's just condition it. Gonna be a greedy son bitch.
Home in the shadows.
I'm gonna just coin out a Samuro, dude. I'm just gonna coin out a Samuro, dude. Watch me. Watch me. Move. What do you mean? I'm trading them all. There's that fishing rod we talked about, but he top decked it right now. Go like this. Maybe I should have used Samuro's damage there, but I don't know. Yeah, it might be a little bit different from Alios. I haven't updated it after I started playing it. Might be just a little bit different. Yeah, it was never gonna be a full clear like that. It was the same, like I still had to kill the other guy. Sad. Bumper cars, you say? Next turn conditioning is gonna be pretty shitty for him. He's probably gonna bumper car into my 3-4 with some kind of buffs. Possibly Blessing of a 40 or some shit. Told ya. Read him like a map. Wasn't hard. I still did it. I'm gonna take it like a man in the mouth. That's how men take it, right? Why am I like this? I thought my parents raised me well. What the fuck, man? Whatever. Still has one more rushy. Hey, look at that card nobody runs anymore. Yeah, how original, bruh. Again. Again! Well, we have an answer for it. Would be a shame if he has a Samuro. Fuck it, you don't have a Samuro. You don't have a Samuro. Yeah, Kaz, obviously. Why didn't he Penflinger twice here? Oh, sorry. Sorry for ever doubting you, man. What do you mean? Let's do this for now. It's a fat fuck. Frenzy friends. Bumpy cars. Could just Alex the 8-6 here. Would pose a threat. Okay. Joke's on you, I don't got any spells, man. Said joke's on you, dude. Why are you playing so counterproductively, though? Okay. Smash. Alex is lethal like this for me. If one of these survives, Troublemaker could be lethal technically. Don't tell me you have a random broom. Nice order, by the way. but no, actually it was. Okay, so how do I get out of this one? Pick me. The only way I win this is if this person gets traded by the troublemaker. Here's the hope. Seriously? Thank you. Gets a random Murloc. Perfect trades for who? If I go phase, there's a lethal out. If he top decks Condemn, I'm fucked. Let's see. I'm feeling lucky. Whatever. Well, are you gonna win at 1, bruh? Is that what's happening? If he Alex me, I'm dead. For 5 mana, I don't think there's a way for him to win. Could draw a card, which is Condemn. I don't. Oh, for fuck's sake. Still dead? Okay. Got him. What did you slap? 202. Yeah, we're out of the Rush Warrior 101 and now we're down to 202. Is that even a term? Probably no. Should be. I'm making it a term. It's a 202. That's the masterclass room. Come on, let's dip under 100. Let's do it. 200, I mean. What was the highest rank you reached? I'm very proud of the highest rank I reached. Don't tell them, chat. Don't tell him. I'm gonna show. Don't tell them, chat. You didn't expect that, did you? Not with the bullshit plays I'm making. I literally reached rank 2 last month, man. It was fucking amazing. It was fucking amazing. Not gonna fucking lie. Flop. Speaking of which, we did flop. We didn't reach rank 1. Is actually conditioning that bad with the bumper car in mind? Probably. I used Zoolock, my dude. A good old zoo. It was a fucking blast. If you guys want to have some good laughs, I did throw my heart and soul onto this little vid. Hey, look at that, we got the conditioning again. Thanks, Blizz. Do I ever coin out the bumper? I will coin out the bumper. Watch me. Watch me. Move. Bucket of bolts. If you guys wanna have a blast, check this video out. It was hilarious. That was quality Hearthstone content against freaking phenomenal. Okay. Ooh, that's gonna be good for next turn. Crossing off might make enough sense, but also Rusted is pretty good. I'm gonna go with a Rusted. I'm gonna be a pussy about it. Okay. Samuro would like to introduce himself. Samuro would like to make a formal appearance. Have you met our God and Savior Samuro? Have you met Ted? There you go. How do you answer them apples, Chief? You can just piercing shit it. Or not. Oof. Well, I'm gonna have a bunch of dudes till then. I'm gonna have a bunch of fuckers till then. Let's start doing some smack-a-lacking of our own. Have I faced Fino again? Once, and I lost miserably. No, actually, he won beautifully. Let's call it like it was. He won beautifully. Okay, 0 damage out of that, though. That's what we like to see. Alrighty, sir. Time to do some crack-a-lacking. Would have been awesome if these were a little bit more attack. That's simply not the case, though. Let's go like this and hope. Does the weapon ever go face right now? Think I can hold on to it for one turn. Yeah. Okay. Blade Master Samuru has entered the chat. Okay, that was perfect. Almost perfect. I mean, if it went in Samuru, it would have been even perfect here. But I think that was good enough. I think he kind of flopped now, didn't he? Oh. Oh no. Well, that's a lot of steam he got there, but... Got him! He flopped. Back under 200, as God intended. Nice.